Ohtani deserves the money. He is the best player in baseball. He's been the first successful pitcher/power hitter since Babe Ruth. I still think Ohtani isn't the best player in baseball. I want to see that player play every day, on the field and hitting. Now, Ohtani, he hits every single game if he's healthy, but he pitches every fifth day. I look at guys like Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, all these top players that play in the outfield, in the infield. Paul Goldschmidt for years was one of the best players in baseball, won an MVP. These guys play on the field every single day. 152 games, and everybody's going to say, well, Ohtani plays every day. He's a DH. He's not playing on the field. And I understand that, well, that's not his fault. He's a pitcher. I'm looking at a player that has to stay on the field in 9 innings and beat his body up. When I look at Ohtani, is he worth $700 million? Absolutely. But he tore his UCL twice. How many pitchers that tore their UCL and had Tommy John surgery twice have been successful when they've come back? Jacob deGrom's going on to his second UCL tear. Is he going to be worth the money that he got? I don't know. He's not a hitter. At least if Ohtani's arm is not as strong as it was before he had his second UCL tear, it doesn't matter because he still can hit 45, 50 home runs and get over 120 RBIs and still be consistent at the plate. But when you hear this story with the Dodgers, I'm not questioning the money or the contract, but the deferred money and how the Dodgers negotiated this deal with Ohtani, where he doesn't make the bulk of his money until 2034. We're in 2023, and we all know about Bobby Bonilla and Rick DiPietro. We live in New York. Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid $1 million a year. Could you imagine getting paid $68 million after you're done with your career every single year? And I don't want to hear about the tax bracket. This guy is going to be a multi-billionaire by the time he's done with his career, with the endorsements he's going to get, and he's going to get a lot of them playing for the Dodgers. He's going to make between $30 and $40 million every single year just off endorsements. That's why he deferred the money. And how baseball can let the Dodgers control the cap. And I don't want to hear about the Yankees, because if the Yankees do this with Juan Soto, I'm not going to accept it. I don't want to see this by the Yankees. This ruins baseball. This tells me that baseball needs a salary cap. If they're finding ways to get players, now all of a sudden, the Dodgers don't have to worry about Ohtani's contract for the next 10 years. He's getting paid $2 million on the cap. What could the Dodgers do now this offseason? They can add Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Hader. And now that teams see all these rich teams like the Red Sox, the Mets, the Yankees, all the money that they can defer now, like Juan Soto. It is expected he is going to get between 12 and 14 years, worth about $575 to $600 million. If the Yankees know that the Dodgers can get away with this deferral, why can't the Yankees do it? And why don't you think the Yankees aren't going to do this? This hurts baseball. This doesn't make baseball better. This is going to affect baseball and these lower market teams. They created some kind of luxury tax, because if you go over the luxury tax, you have to pay a tax, which goes to the other teams that can't afford players, where they can use that money for their own players or free agents. Now that you could defer money, how does this help baseball? How does this help the cap? Baseball will never have a cap. But knowing that this is going on, when the new CBA comes up, how could Rob Manfred, or whoever is the commissioner of baseball, Theo Epstein, whenever that comes up, how are they going to accept this? How does this work for baseball? That's why when you look at the NBA, NFL, and NHL, there is a cap. There's a certain salary cap that you can spend a certain amount of money to those players. Shohei Ohtani's making the biggest contract in professional sports history, and now they don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter anymore, because for the next 10 years, he's making $20 million from the Dodgers. Baseball has to look at this. Now, I don't think it's cheating. Just like the Patriots in the past, they find ways in the rule book that allow certain things to be accepted, and they can get away with it. This is a genius move by the Dodgers. They're a smart organization, but the fact that baseball could see this is okay, and now they can add Yamamoto. Yamamoto can make probably between $250 to $300 million. They can pay him whatever he wants now, because they don't have to worry about that Ohtani deal until 2034.